Hi, I'm Joyce Ann, and I am the Kentucky Dolly Mom. If you are one of my amazing subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. And if you would like to become one of my amazing subscribers, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. I want to welcome everyone to my little corner of the world. And I am so glad that you guys stopped by. And I hope you're having a fabulous Saturday. It's a little warm here, but it is my tag, Sleepy Sleeper Saturday. So I've got here with me today my sweet Jessie Marie. You guys know my Jessie Marie. She's the Grumpy Sculpt with the Peanut Lens. Grumpy by Susan Sussman Price. And then the limbs are by Angela Lewis. And it's the Peanut Sculpt. And I painted her. And I absolutely love this baby. I know I always say I've got a favorite, but I have more than one favorites, to be honest with you. They're just favorites for different reasons and in different kinds of ways. But I do love this little sweetheart. It's never ever crossed my mind to ever part with her. And I guess it's probably going on about 4 years that I've had her, I think. It's been a good long time now. I'd have to look back on my paperwork to see, but it's been close to 4 years. I did for a year have her as a boy, but I switched her to a girl and I've never switched back. So eventually, my favorite word, I will get her rooted. I do like my boys to have bald hair or painted hair, but I do like my girls to be rooted. This is just a little tiny bit too big for her, but she's in this sweet little pink onesie that says Hello World. It's got an orange flower with a white center, green leaves. It's got a pink with a white center and a white flower with like a gold center, all of them with the green leaves and a little butterfly sleeves. I just love butterfly sleeves. I guess that's what they call them. I call them because I think that's what they're called. But I do love those type of little sleeves. And of course she's got this cute little pink lacy headband on with her little purple bracelet. And it is warming up. It's still very comfortable at night, getting down to like 59. I think last night it was even 60, well maybe 59. But it's still nice, not cold at all in the evenings. We finally, I think, are going to keep some nice warm weather. So I may change up my Saturday tag, and we might just add an S to it for Sleepy Sleepers Saturday. And the sleepers will be these little people instead of these, because it is going to be getting too hot for sleepers. And yes, well aware it's a doll, but I do like to dress my babies according to the seasons because they are so realistic looking. I'm not going to put a fur coat on them in 80 degrees. It's just not going to happen. But I do think I probably will just add an S and to sleepers, and the sleepers will be the babies. But I'm going to keep the sleepy in there because they don't all have to be sound asleep like little Jessie Marie. If you have one that's just yawning, you have one that's just waking up with the little peaky eyes, that works just fine too. Or you got one that's completely knocked out like my little Jessie Marie. And of course, any size. So you can go newborn, micro preemie, toddler. You know, it's a fairly easy tag. And of course, I'm not picky at all about the way you do it. I would just, you know, it's just nice that if anyone does want to participate, I would enjoy that very much. But of course, as always, there is no obligation. But I do not think you can do it wrong. I mean, any way you want to do it is fine. And if you don't want to do it, that's also fine. Oh, I didn't tell you what she put in Owen. I hope it fits her. It is a newborn size. Let's see. Garanimals, newborn size. And I'm not sure if it's been ran through hot water or not. Sometimes these things need to be shrunk up for the little ones. Preemies are too small for her. They fit her everywhere except for the length. She is 17 inches. And the preemie clothes just doesn't want to fit properly. The sleepers are too short, can't get them up, or if there's no feet or whatever, they're still, the sleeves are too short. So she fits better in a small newborn size. And sometimes, depending on the brand, depending on the style, I may need to shrink them up a little bit. And to be honest with you, I cannot remember if this has been shrunk or not. Well, I'm trying not to hurt your little fingers, but they sure don't. You don't want to cooperate. I'm not a great big fan of her limbs still, because I don't like, I mean, they're very nicely detailed. I just wish her hands were a little bit more relaxed instead of that wide open, like you just threw her up in the air and it took her belly, you know. But they're detailed. But I'm not sure if eventually I'll change them up again or not. That's the beauty of a partial. You can mix and match and switch around and have all kinds of fun creating your perfect baby. And I think this fits her perfectly. I wouldn't want it any tighter. I think it fits her very cute. It's got a white background and it has green elephants, yellow and pink giraffes. It looks like a little pink lamb, a monkey, all kinds. It looks like a little llama. So there's all kinds of little fun critters on her. All kinds of little critters, and it's all on a white background. Yellow, pink, green, brown. So she's got all kinds, and there's enough, and it's trimmed in pink around the collar and the sleeves. So we're going to keep her little pink headband on. And I think it suits her just fine with this little outfit. Yes, I do. But yeah, I wanted to pop on and just say hello and see how everybody's enjoying their weekend. I do hope you're having a nice weekend. We had a little bump in the road, literally, the other day. some lady was not paying attention to what she was doing at all, and she slammed into my husband very, very hard. Um, she hit him in the right at the end of the quarter panel in the back. Hit so hard she completely spun him all the way around. Fortunately, he's just sore. He's very, very sore, but it could have been so much worse. Now, our car, like it took out just about the whole quarter panel on the passenger side. Um, Her car, she was, and we're just in a, he's just, we're driving a little bitty Ford Focus, and she was in a big old Jeep, and she tore our car up like that, but she literally totaled hers. So that tells you how fast she was going. She wasn't even thinking about hitting the brakes. And she totaled her SUV and had to have it towed from the scene. At least my husband was able to drive away, and fortunately, no one was hurt because she also had a child in the car. My husband said it looked like about a 6 or 7-year-old little boy. The lady, he said, was probably, I'm guessing, about 35 years old. So she wasn't probably, I would guess, not an experienced driver. Don't know if she was on her phone. Don't know if she was in a hurry to get somewhere, but all she had to do was stay in her lane. She went in on top of him, and just, I mean, like I said, hit him so hard that she completely spun our car all the way around, which is actually my son's car, because if you guys remember a little while back, our car caught on fire, so we haven't had too much luck. And we have a van now, but it needs a little work before we can get it tagged and transferred into our name, because it's coming from another state. And the other state that it came from, I mean, we've got it in the driveway, but the state it came from requires an inspection. Our state doesn't. So once we get it transferred into our name here, we won't have to have it inspected anymore. But it just has, right now, the only thing that won't pass inspection is the low beams. The high beams come on, but the low beams don't. So, and we've had it at the mechanics, and of course it's an electrical problem he said he couldn't fix. So we've got to get that done, get that in our name. But I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, I've never had an accident. I was sitting at a red light one time, getting ready to make a left turn, and when the light turned green, the guy in a truck in front of me decided to go backwards instead of forward. So he slammed into me, but that was, 15, 16 years ago. My husband hasn't been involved in an accident in many, many years. So, kind of not sure if they changed things or what, but I was real surprised that we did not get any of her information on the scene. We didn't get her name, the name of her insurance company. As far as I know, the police didn't give her our name or insurance company information either. They said we had to go online and buy the police report. After we paid for the police report, hopefully all that information will be in there, because we're going to turn it in on her insurance. It was not our fault. It was not my husband's fault. I was not in the car, but it was not his fault. And even the police report's going to show that. When I talked to my insurance company, I did call and tell them what happened. And she said it definitely sounded like it was going to be her fault. And that, she agreed. I mean, if we turn it in on our insurance, they'll fix our car. But you know what happens, guys. Our insurance is going to go up. And we should not get a rate increase on our insurance with it being her fault. Her insurance needs to pay for our damage and let her insurance go up because she was clearly not paying attention. Clearly not paying attention. And like I said, she wasn't even in his lane. She came over into his lane just as he was making a left. Actually, he was in the emergency lane. He had already crossed the lane to make the left. He had already crossed the lane and was already in the emergency lane getting ready to turn into the business he was going into. And she hit him, and she was not even, she came up from behind him, and she went to get in, switch lanes. If she happened to switch lanes and just stayed in her lane, she would have avoided that. But I don't know what she was doing, but it was clear to me that she was not paying attention, and I was so mad. I'm telling you, she almost took my husband out. He's 72 years old. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. And then, you would think she would have been a better driver and paying more attention having a child in the car. I just don't know what's wrong with people these days, why they think they've got the right to do whatever they want on the road because they are the only ones on the road. And I got news for them. They're not the only ones on the road. So everybody has to be so careful. When my son and my daughter started driving, I'd always tell them to be careful. And they, I tell them to be careful all the time on everything, but really when they went out in the car, I'd be extra careful, guys. And, they would both say, "Oh, Mom, I'm a good driver." And I tell them, "I know you're a good driver. You're not what I'm worried about. It's the idiots on the road that I'm worried about." So y'all have to be extra careful because you've got to always know. You know what you're doing, but you also have to pay attention to what other people are doing too. Because, and it wasn't raining. Now, clear skies, dry roads, no excuse for it. But I am assuming, now I don't know that my husband's positive that she did not get a ticket. He was really shook up. I can't even imagine how he felt, with the car spinning around. They could have threw him over into the oncoming traffic. There was a big street pole there that he could have hit sideways. It could have been so much worse. He said that her car was totaled and they had to tow it. Now, I'm not positive. Maybe it's going to show something different on the police report. Hopefully, she did have insurance. Because here in Kentucky, and I think it's most national, I think it's a national law, that you have to have at least liability insurance. And if you get pulled over and you don't have insurance, you'll go to jail. They lock you up. They take you to jail for it. You can even have a valid driver's license. But if you do not have it on your person when you get pulled over, you go to jail. If, I don't know about all states, but here in Kentucky, they passed the law that being on your cell phone while you're driving is considered a DUI now. It's a DUI charge. Like I said, she may have gotten a ticket and they may have towed her car. But if she didn't get arrested, I don't know. I don't think it was DUI for the phone or no insurance. So then again, we may have had a nice cop that didn't want to take her to jail with the child in the car. Yep, it's time to get to coughing. But her husband did come to the scene. So if she'd have went to jail for no insurance, her husband would have took the child. So, gotta keep my water going. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Just wanted to kind of give you a little update on the little circus that's been going on here. But I do hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful Saturday. If you haven't watched the Thursday video, please go check it out if you've never heard the cicada summer hum. It's a crazy thing to hear. We're full of cicadas here. Those type only come every 13 years. That's why they're so loud. But they are very loud here, and it's really crazy. I'm 67, but I just don't ever remember them this loud before. But not everybody where I live is hearing them. I mean, right here in my spot, of course. But like my daughter lives 15 minutes away. They don't have them over there in her neighborhood the way we do. Of course, they're not full of trees like we are. We got woods right across from us. But I know other people very close to us that have woods that aren't hearing them either. So, I don't know what's so special about our trees, but we've got millions of them. But thanks again, guys, for coming by and visiting us in our little corner of the world. Jessie Marie and I always appreciate it. We hope you're having a blessed day. Everybody's happy, everybody's healthy. And please, guys, please remember to give God thanks. Because if it wasn't for Him, we would not be here in the first place. Let's be nice, let's be kind, and let's be supportive of one another. You never know what someone's going through. And Jessie Marie and I would love to say, happy sleepy sleeper Saturday. I'll say hello and goodbye, because we're going to let all our Sweet Dolly family go. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but we are so happy you stopped by. And remember, guys, I love you immensely. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye for now.